Luke chapter 14 verses 10. If you are there, talk amen. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, Friend, go up higher. Friend, go up higher. Friend, go up higher. That was one of the scriptures that we looked at as we were navigating our theme for this month, New Levels. And I began to give us definitions of what new levels mean. One of the definitions that I gave us was that the term new levels means the phasing away of the old season and the phasing in of a new season. So when we talk about new levels, we are talking about the phasing away of an old season and the phasing in of a new season. That is what new levels mean. And I told us also that the word new levels means the opening of a new chapter in the book of your destiny. The opening of a new chapter in the book of your destiny. New levels means opening a new chapter in the book of your destiny. Every person has a destiny. Every person has a life. But then there comes a time that a new page, a new chapter is opened in your life. And when that happens, that's what we call new levels. I also told us to say new levels means an upward change in your life. Whenever there's an upward change in your life, change happens that doesn't bring you down, but it takes you to a higher stage in life. That is called a new level. I told us to say new levels means breaking out of the circles of limitations and stagnation. Breaking out of the circles of limitations and stagnation. When a person breaks the circles of limitations, breaks the circles of stagnation, we call it new levels. Now, the last definition is what I'm going to be focusing on today. Please pay attention to this. New level means positive gravitation towards the trajectory of destiny fulfillment. When we talk about a new level, we are talking about a positive gravitation towards the trajectory of your destiny fulfillment. That is what new levels mean. When there is a positive gravitation, when a person begins to gravitate towards fulfilling their destiny, that is what we call new levels. When a person begins to flow in line with their destiny and they are going to fulfill it, that is what we call new levels. So we are going to be focusing on this one right now, and I'm going to be teaching on what I've captioned, maximizing destiny. Tell your neighbor, maximizing destiny. To maximize is to improve something, to make something big, to facilitate something into fulfillment. So when you're talking about maximizing destiny, we're talking about improving your destiny, facilitating your destiny into fulfillment, doing everything possible that your destiny should be fulfilled. That is what we are going to be looking at now. Whenever we are talking about your level changing, we are talking about you maximizing your destiny, making sure that you fulfill your destiny. Every person on earth has a destiny. Every human being on earth has a destiny. Everyone on earth has a destiny. No matter who, no matter where you are, no matter how you were born, everyone has a destiny. God, when he was bringing man on earth, he made sure that he placed destiny in him. How he's going to live his life, where he's going to go, how his life is going to go, how he's going to live in life. Everything was predetermined by God. That is why we find a word called predestination. Predestination simply means creating destiny ahead of time, determining destiny ahead of time, arranging and preparing destiny ahead of time. So all of us are a product of predestination. God predestinated our lives. There's a future ahead of us. There's a life that God had planned for us to live. And that life is what is called destiny. The apex of your life, the apex of your life is what we call destiny. Fulfilling the plan and the blueprint of God for your life is what we call destiny. Living according to how God designed you to live is what we call destiny. Doing what God called you and made you to do is what we call destiny. Doing what God called you to do, that is what we call destiny. Fulfilling your purpose is what we call destiny. Every person on earth has destiny. We are all destined to do something. And matter of fact, all of us, our destinies are great. Our destinies are great. We are all destined for greatness. Including the person who is struggling and the person who's thriving in life, all of us are destined for greatness. It doesn't matter where you were born from, how you were born, you are destined for greatness. Some of us were born out of wedlock, you were still destined for greatness. No one is a biological mistake. No one is an accident looking for where to happen. We are all destined for greatness. That person who was born out of wedlock was also destined for greatness. The person who was born out of situations and circumstances that appeared as if it was the will of man, there's still destiny of God on his life. Teaching today. So now, people can make a mistake. Human beings can make a mistake, but God never makes a mistake. When a man impregnates a woman before marriage and a child is born, they call that pregnancy a mistake. It could be that it was a mistake, but the child is not a mistake. A child is a destiny by God. You could have frustrated that process, but the child was supposed to have been born. Whether there was that mistake, there wasn't that mistake. Once upon a time, that child was supposed to be born. So your mistake only brought the child to come at an untimely time, to come a little bit earlier than expected. That's why you call it a mistake. But matter of fact, God has a destiny for that child. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? So everyone is destined for greatness. Even a person that you see mad in the street has a destiny. And when we begin to look at destiny, there are two words that are very much important for us to be able to understand what destiny is. There's a word called purpose. Number one, very much important, purpose. The word purpose simply means the reason of your being. The reason why you were created. The reason why you exist. The reason why you are on planet Earth is what we call purpose. Purpose is the reason why you are on earth. The reason why God created you, the reason why God made you, it is what we call purpose. So everyone here that was created, God is not like us. God is not a waster. There are many of us that whenever we have money, we can buy things that we don't need. You just buy something that you can't use. God is not like that. God creates things that have got a purpose. He creates things that he should use. He creates things, including plants, trees, animals, including human beings. All of us, as long as we are on earth, there's a reason why God put us here. So for us to gravitate towards destiny, we need to understand purpose. Everyone has a purpose. Are you with me now? So now, my question is that before we go any further, just ask yourself this question. What is your purpose? Ask yourself, what is my purpose? I'm not even saying that you should answer loudly. Just let it ring in your ears, in your head, in your mind, in your heart. Ask yourself this question. What is my purpose? What am I doing on planet Earth? Why did God create me? Why was I born? That is number one question. There are people that were born to be prophets. Some of them are in front of you right now. There are people that were born to be musicians. There are people that were born to be actors. There are people that were born to be DJs, others doctors, others nurses, others policemen. My question is, what were you born for? Because whether you hate it or love it, you were born for something. The point is, what were you born for? Discovering the reason why you were created, the reason why you were born, is what we call purpose. Are you with me now? That is what we call purpose. Listen, Any person on earth that is living without understanding their purpose, chances are that they will not live a happy life. Happiness, fulfillment, and success is tied to your purpose. Anything that you don't understand its purpose will suffer three things. Number one, abuse. Number two, misuse. Anything that you have, anything that is on earth that does not know its purpose, it will, number one, be misused. Number two, it will be abused. Number three, it will not live according to its life expectancy. So, if a man doesn't understand his purpose, he is not going to live according to his life expectancy. He is not going to be appreciated. He will suffer abuse and misuse. For instance, if a man gets married and he doesn't understand the purpose of a woman in his life, he would, in most cases, abuse that woman, misuse that woman, and in most cases, their marriage will not last because he doesn't understand the purpose of a woman in his life. The opposite is true as well. Anything that you don't know its purpose, you overuse it, you misuse it, you abuse it, and you make it expire before its time. So even you as a human being, if you don't know your purpose on earth, people will misuse you. People will abuse you. And you will die before your time. Yes. You will expire before your time if you don't know your purpose. Ask yourself one more time this question. What is my purpose? What is your purpose? Why were you born? Why are you on earth? The greatest tragedy on earth, has said, it is not death, but living a life without purpose. Living a life without purpose. Because if you don't know your purpose, you are just going to be on earth as if you're good for nothing. As if you're only fit for census purposes. You will only be populating the earth. That's the reason why any man on earth that doesn't know his purpose can live anyhow. They can eat anyhow, they can sleep anywhere, they can sleep anyhow, they can drink anything. They don't know their purpose. When you know your purpose, there's how you begin to live that is different from any other person. I usually tell our pastors that ministry starts when you stop doing what anyone else is doing. When you create a deliberate lifestyle that will make you fulfill that which God has put on your life. That is when ministry starts. Because when you realize that you are called for ministry, you stop living like anyone else. Because ministers are not people that live a common life. We don't live like anyone else. We have a separate lifestyle that we should have. Purpose is very much important. Purpose is very much important. Purpose is what helps you understand your destiny, fulfill your destiny. Because when you understand your purpose on earth, and you begin to do your purpose, and you are successful in your purpose will lead you into your destiny. Purpose is the vehicle of destiny fulfillment. Purpose, what is purpose? Purpose is the wing on which destiny flies on. This is a flight which sponsors your destiny fulfillment. No one can ever fulfill destiny without understanding their purpose. So the first thing is that you need to understand your purpose. Once you understand your purpose, then it will be easy for you to fulfill destiny. The funny thing is that God is the one that decides and determines destiny. But God is not the one that determines who fulfills destiny and who fails. Every man's destiny was determined by God, created and ordained by God. So God is the one that creates destinies. God is the one that determines and prepares destinies. But it is not God that causes us to fulfill destiny. Destiny is arranged by God. Fulfilling destiny is entirely up to you. So the fact that you have got a destiny doesn't mean you fulfill it. Yes. You can have a destiny but still fail to fulfill it. Because God creates destinies. People have the right, the power, the will, either to fulfill that destiny or not. So between a person who is successful and a person who is failing, both have a destiny ordained by God. But this one who has made it decided to fulfill it and to make it. This one who hasn't made it has decided as well not to fulfill it. Everyone either decides to fulfill destiny or not. The one who decides deliberately to fulfill destiny has made a decision. And the one who hasn't decided to fulfill destiny has made a decision still not to fulfill it. Because not making a decision is a decision. When it comes to destiny, there's nothing like I'm not decided. When you're not decided, you have already decided. It is either you decide to fulfill destiny or you don't decide. If you're at a place where you haven't decided, you have decided not to fulfill. So there's no place like in between. Not deciding to fulfill it is deciding not to fulfill it. And the funny thing is that your destiny is not tied to your friends. Your destiny is not tied to your pastor. No matter how you love your friend, they have got their separate destinies and you have a separate destiny. No matter how you love each other as friends, you have your destiny, they have their destiny. Something that changed my life a long time ago. I was a little bit young when I discovered this. I discovered that even twins, conjoined twins, even twins, identical twins, have separate fingerprints, have different fingerprints. Twins that are born from the same womb, almost at the same time. Those that can even be conjoined, they are joined. Those that are identical, that you can't even differentiate who is this, they have got different fingerprints. That tells you that everyone is different from the other. And no matter how those twins can love each other, one twin can be a success, the other one can be a failure. The same way each and every one of us have got different fingerprints. That is the same way all of us have got different destinies. You have your destiny, I have my destiny. So no matter how I may love you, no matter how besties we may be, no matter how good friends we may be, we still have different destinies. And destiny fulfillment is a personal decision. Your friend can play a part, but they are totally on their own. And you are totally on your own. One of the things that makes us miss destiny in life, it is because we get caught up in the web of others. Wanting to do what everyone else is doing. Wanting to please everyone on earth. Wanting to be liked by everyone. Wanting to be everyone's favorite. In that process, we end up forfeiting destiny. We end up missing destiny. So you might be good friends as the two of you, or maybe the three of you. Maybe one will fulfill destiny and the rest will not fulfill it. That is the reason why I decided not to have friends. Friends are important. Friends are important. But having too many people that you call friends is actually a sign that you're not going anywhere. You might have one or two, it's okay. Have two friends, have one friend, it's okay. But then, don't think your destiny is tied to your friend. I think I saw it, maybe many of us can remember when we were a little bit young in our school days. You'd realize that the people you were playing with, you could have been playing maybe 3 of you, 5 of you, 6 of you. During exams, everyone is on their own. And there was nothing that we used to play together. Some used to pass, some used to fail. And the most painful thing about life and destiny is that when you pass and your friends fail, friendships fail. Friendships end. I don't know if I'm the only one that has observed that. When you pass, you go to grade 8, your friends remain in grade 7. In grade 8, you meet new friends. At every level, there are new friends there. So friendships will end there. So then, let us be able to tell ourselves the truth. There are things that can cut off friendships that you love the most. When your friend is progressing and you're not progressing, your friend is progressing and you're retrogressing, friendships can suffer, they can be terminated. So the only way you can be able to remain friends, it is to be moving at the same pace. That way, at least, things can work. So understand this, I'm coming to friendship because destiny is not tied to your friends. Destiny is not tied to your father, your mother. No matter who your father is, no matter who your mother is, you can decide to fulfill destiny or not to.
More Than Conquerors family, demonstrating God's power and revealing Jesus.